I just read a report on women in Indian boardrooms, and here's what stood out. In 2013, India mandated at least one woman in every boardroom. Fast forward to 2025, women's representation went up from 6% to 21% among the Nifty 500. That sounds like real movement, but then it gets messy. 97% of the women directors got there through their networks. We're talking mentors, professional groups, connections. And what that means is if you're not plugged in, you're not even getting a shot. And then it gets even worse. Only 11% of directors are executive directors. Now compare that with 65% for men. Executive directors are the ones that have influence. They're in the room where strategy happens. But non-executive roles are just checking a diversity box. So yes, we've made progress, but let's not pretend we're done. Here are 3 very useful frameworks from the Presence to Influence report. The first one is CLIMB. This one is for companies. C, to correct the imbalance. L, to lead with intent. I, to include by design. M, to measure progress. And D, to build future-ready talent pipelines. The second framework is REACH. This one is for the aspiring women directors. R stands for relationships. Network intentionally and invest in meaningful connections. E stands for expertise. Develop strategic competencies and domain fluency which boards will value. A stands for accomplishments. Proactively pursue and showcase leadership accomplishments. C stands for credibility. Establish yourself as a thought leader beyond internal corporate circles. H stands for hold continuity. It's about staying professionally engaged across different life stages. The key message here is don't wait for someone to tap you on the shoulder, go build it yourself. The third framework is voice. This one is for current directors. V stands for vision in role selection. O stands for optimizing your commitments. I stands for impacting boardroom outcomes through expertise. C stands for clarity and conviction in communication to build lasting impact. E stands for engaging actively with committees. To sum it up simply, show up prepared, have an opinion, make it count. Better boards aren't about hitting a quota with diversity. They're about having the best people in the room who bring preparation, perspective, and the guts to challenge the status quo. Because the data says that boards with at least 30% women foster inclusive cultures, improve governance, and in general perform much better financially. So what's your take? If you're a woman already on the board or aspiring to be on one, I'd love to hear what resonates. And follow me for more insights on breaking the glass ceiling.